Hey guys, so this is like my third attempt at this video. By the way, I'm little Susie Sleever. Nice to see you guys again. It's been a while since my last update. Let me start off by apologizing that this is going to be a series of apologies. First of all, I'm gonna have to load these videos in spurts, because I just don't have the capacity to load long videos, and this is gonna be long. Secondly, the quality of the video. I am recording this from my phone. It is very poor quality. I've lost my login, so the only access I have to it is through the app on my old iPhone. I can't even access it on my new iPhone. I'm going to have the login sent back to me. Third apology. It's 11:30 at night. I'm not wearing any makeup. I look like a tired old hag because I am a tired old hag. My hair is like crap right now. My face is like crap right now. I have a scar right here, well, an incision right here. I had what's called an osteoma removed, which is a benign or a non-cancerous bone tumor. And I had that removed a couple of weeks ago. And so it's healing up. It doesn't look bad. It's just, my makeup's worn off and I have a scar on my face. And yeah, I look rough. I'm sorry. So, where to go from here? Where did I leave off last? So, I did kind of just a general introduction. I'm a military spouse trying to have bariatric surgery. I'm a pre-gastric sleeve patient. So, it's a little bit different for us than it is, civilian insurance or people with civilian insurance. It's different in the sense that we have different insurance, and our insurance doesn't cover things the way that a lot of civilians do, or maybe not. It's just a different process. It's not better, it's not worse, it's just different. So TRICARE, our insurance, does not cover the gastric sleeve. So in order to have the gastric sleeve procedure, you must go through a military hospital or an MTF. You can have Roux-en-Y or gastric bypass or the gastric banding or lap band through a civilian provider using TRICARE. It covers that. But in order to have the gastric sleeve, you must go through a military treatment facility. So that's where I am. So at last update, I'd kind of explained that I was going through the bariatric program at Fort Gordon, Georgia, which is about a 4-hour drive each way from Fort Benning, Georgia, where we're currently living. That is all changing, so let me get into that. But first, let me go over the process and things that I had done through Fort Gordon. So the first step is the information session. It was an all-day event. It's called Super Tuesday there. You go, you check in, you get weighed. You go to an information session with the psychiatric department, the nutrition department, and the surgeon, as well as the surgical nurse. And they all do just this huge information session, fill out all your paperwork, etc. So after that was all completed, you take your first nutrition class. Did that there at Fort Gordon. Everything else I was going to do here at Fort Benning. I say everything else, but it's not. So the next step was a psych eval, a support group meeting, and nutrition classes here at Fort Benning. So I immediately started trying to get in for the psych eval. They were booked until March, I believe. March or April. So I booked that appointment, but then immediately started calling the psych department there at Fort Gordon to see if there was, and I had asked at the Super Tuesday if it was possible to have it done by a civilian provider, and they said yes. So I called them back and started trying to get information on having it done by a civilian. I asked if there was any certain criteria. Did it need to be a provider in Georgia? I live on the Georgia-Alabama line. Could it be an Alabama provider? Did they have to use certain diagnostic tools? Was there certain tests that they needed to use? Anything like that. And I never got an answer. I called for 2 weeks straight, and my cat's angry. I never got an answer on that. So I went ahead and went to a civilian provider because it was such a long wait to get in to see the psych here on post. So I went to a civilian provider, had that written up, sent it over to Fort Gordon. During this time, I went to the second nutrition class. Well, it was actually technically the third nutrition class here at Fort Benning. They allowed me to go out of order, and so I went to the second one, or the third one. It was not very good, and they didn't have another one scheduled, the second class that I was missing, until like June. So I then drove later that month the 4 hours each way to go to the nutrition class there at Fort Gordon. I took the nutrition class, took the nutrition exam, passed the nutrition exam. It was a 10-question exam, and then there was a 3-day mock food journal broken down into 30-minute increments, where you had to list all of your fluids, all of your food. You had to stay under certain calories, over certain protein, under certain grams of sugar, and so on and so forth. So I took that, I passed. It was a very good class, very, very good exam. The one here at Fort Benning was not a good class, so word to the wise, it's just not a good class here at Fort Benning. I'm going to stop this video and then upload this and come back for part 2 where I'll go into the psych eval portion of it, okay? So I apologize for jumping around, but this will be up soon, and then I'll post the other one.